Okay, hi all. So here I'll be discussing about this question. This is one of my assignment question, right? And so I think someone has asked this question in the alumni group. So I'll be discussing about this question. So first of all, hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. The session has ended. Let me log in again. Okay, please go on mute if you're not speaking. So humble request to be on mute if you're not speaking. So this is the stadium table. So this is the stadium table. And here the question is to write a query to find the records for which count of people is greater than 100. Okay, let's stop here. Suppose if this condition is not there, ignore this condition. Okay, suppose this is the question. Count of people is greater than 100. So the count of people is greater than 100. If this is the question, then it is very simple. Just in this query, you have to apply this filter where count of people greater than 100, right? So you have to apply this condition. Okay, and you will get that total count is greater than 100. But this is not the question, right? Here you have to find for 2 or more days consecutively. Okay, so here if I am giving this condition, you can see that this is the output, right? But here in the question, they have added one more condition that they want only those records where it is for 2 or more consecutive days. First of all, is the question clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Question is clear, right? So they are asking that the count should be greater than 100, but when? When it is 2 or more consecutive days. So can we consider this 2nd and 3rd March? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is consecutive, right? Can we consider 2nd, 3rd, and 5th March?
No.
No, sir.
No, because 5th March is not consecutive. So here this should be one of the expected output, right? And then 5th and 6th March.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What about 5th, 6th, and 7th March?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. What about 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th?
No,
Yes.
sir.
No, it's not consecutive.
Yes.
So then the another set is 5, 6, 7. So it means we have to publish this, means we have to write a query in such a way that this should be the output. Hope this is clear to everyone. So this is the expected output. Hope this is clear to everyone, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now in this question, there is a trick. Don't consider this ID as a consecutive. If you will consider ID as a consecutive, then 5, 6, 7, 8 will become consecutive. In the question, they have not mentioned about the ID that it should be consecutive. They have clearly mentioned that the date should be consecutive, right? So that's why we cannot consider 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hope this is clear. You have to check the date here. 5, 6, 7 is consecutive, but 9 is not consecutive. So this should be the expected output. Now we have to write a query in this way. So far clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, now for this, what I will do. Now I will tell, okay, before that, I will tell you logic that what I'm planning. Always whenever you're trying to write SQL query, first of all, derive the logic, the algorithm, the flow chart, that what exactly you're trying to do. Then that you have to translate in SQL query. That's all you have to do, right? So here what I'm planning is from this date, if to find this is consecutive or not, from this date visited, I will extract the day part. It means like in 2nd March, the day part is 02 or 2, right? 3rd March, the day part is 03. 5th March, it is 05. And here it is 06, here it is 07. How I will do this and why I'm doing this, I will tell you after some time. But this is clear, right? First of all, we have to extract the day part from all these dates. Clear? So let me write here this as a day, and then I will derive a row number. Suppose this is Rn or anything, this is row number. I will derive row number for this sequence, entire sequence. Why I'm doing this, how this will be helpful, I will explain all those things. Okay. So if I will derive row number for this sequence, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this clear so far? I believe you all know row number. We have discussed in window function.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So far, any question, anyone? No? Okay. Now, if I'm taking the difference of this 2 minus 1, what will be the difference? 1. 3 minus 2, it will be 1. 5 minus, okay, 1 minute. I should not do this on this expected output. No, I have to do this on this data, correct? This is what we want, correct? So I will derive that for this because this is the data we have. So for this, we will derive the day. So day will be here 02, it will be 03, it will be 05, it will be 06, it will be 07, it will be 09. Okay, this will be our row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. Now I'm telling you logic. I'm not discussing anything about SQL as of now. Just I'm telling you logic. Okay, and then we will translate that logic in SQL query. I have written here query count of people greater than 100. So I have just filtered out the records where the count of people is greater than 100. But on top of this, now I have to apply the condition that we have to find the consecutive days. Correct. So I have extracted the day part from this date visited, then row number, right? And then I will find the difference between this. 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, 5 minus 3 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, 9 minus 6 is 3. Now, this day minus row number, this is the catch. And that's why I always used to tell SQL is nothing but a game of logic only. Now, if you will closely observe this, what is happening here? Why this is constant? Can anyone explain me this? This difference, why this is constant? One only. Why this is constant?
Because there is a difference
Yeah.
of 1 day only between 2 and 2nd of March and 3rd of March.
Okay, good. Any other thought? Anyone?
Because the difference in number of days is equal to difference in row number
Good,
consecutive wise.
good, perfect. Here, this day from 2 to 3, it is getting incremented by 1, right? Correct. So this row number is also getting incremented by 1, and this is the mathematic law or formula. If the two things are getting incremented or decremented by the same value, then the difference will be constant. So that's why this difference is constant for these two sequences. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now here, why this difference has changed? Because here from 2 to 3, it was incremented by 1, but here it has incremented by 2. So that's what the difference is 2 here, correct? But if you will check now from this onwards, 5 minus 3, 2, 6 minus 4, 2, 7 minus 5, 2. Now, if you will analyze this sequence, so what is happening here? Here, 3 to 4 incremented by 1. So here 5 to 6 is also incremented by 1. 4 to 5 incremented by 1. 6 to 7 is also incremented by 1. So that's why this difference, and this difference will be constant. And it proves that this is also getting incremented by one only. So if something is getting incremented by one, that proves that it is consecutive. Is that clear? Because this row number is getting incremented by one and this difference is constant, it proves that this day is also getting incremented by one only. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Is this logic clear to everyone? If it is not clear, please tell me, I will repeat this.
Sir, please explain again of day logic of
Uh,
second consecutive.
okay, sure.
Yellow highlighted.
Yellow one? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issues. I will explain again from scratch. So here in day, I have extracted the day part from these dates, second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh, and ninth. In row number, I have derived the row number. You know, like row number are the consecutive one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, correct? Hope you all know
Yes, sir.
row number, right?
Yes, sir.
Now here I'm taking the difference of day and row number. Okay. This difference is one, this difference is one. So if the difference between two variables is constant, it means either their values are changed or their values are getting incremented by the same amount. What I mean, if the difference between two variables is constant, it means suppose you have a variable A, just a minute. If you have a variable A and you have a variable B, and the difference between this is constant, like suppose if it is 1, this is also 1, the difference will be 0. Okay, if it is 2, if it is also 2, difference will be still 0. If it is 3, it is 3, difference will be 0. And suppose if it is still 3, it is still 3, the difference will be 0. It means the difference of two variables, if it is not changing, if it is always constant, then it means either these two values are same or these two values are getting incremented by the same amount. Then only we can tell no, that there is no progress, no difference. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear to everyone? Here the difference is 0 because this one 1, this one 1. Why is still the difference is 0 here? Because it has incremented by 1, so it also has incremented by 1. Clear? So that is what happening here. Here the difference was 1. Here again the difference is 1, although this row number has increased from 1 to 2. It means if this difference is constant, it proves that this must have also increased by 1 only. And if this has increased by 1, it means this is consecutive. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here the difference is constant or it has changed from 1 to 2. It
Change.
has
Change,
changed.
sir.
It has changed. But here here it has incremented by 1. It means it must have incremented by some other value than 1. And that's why it has incremented by 2. And if it has incremented by 2, it means the difference is it is not consecutive. So here the main game is to find the difference between day and row number. If this difference is constant, it means it is getting incremented only by 1 because we know that row number is always incremented by 1 only. So it proves that day is also getting incremented by 1. Now in this sequence, in the yellow part, what is happening here? This is 2. Why? Because this was 5, this is 3. 5 minus 3, 2. Now here again the difference is constant, right? And we know when the difference will be constant. Either the two values are same or, or they are getting incremented by the same amount. So if this row number is getting incremented by 1 only, then it must be that day is also getting incremented by 1 only. That's where the difference is constant. Okay, and the same thing is happening here. The difference is constant because from 4 to 5 it has incremented by 1. So this day has incremented from 6 to 7 by 1 only. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now in this data, I want those records where this day minus row number value is greater than 1. Okay, first of all, let me derive this. And please ask question if it is not clear, because this is a pure means pure logical question, but this is not that much complicated, simple only. Okay, first I will derive the day part from this. To get the day part, I will use this 2_char. Maybe in that date function which we are taking in the ad hoc session, I have completed this. I'm not sure that this was completed or not, but this is how you can get the day part, 2_char, and then the date visited column. I have written DD. It means I want to extract the date part from this, and I'm giving alias as day. Okay, and then we have to derive the row number. Ordered by date visited as RN. Now check this query. Now from this query, can you tell me one thing? Aggregate functions are, window functions are derived after filtering the data or before filtering the data?
After filtering the data.
Good. Please remember this. Window functions are always derived after you have filtered the data. This row number, this is a window function here, right? Correct. Now here, this window function is giving the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why this is continuous? Because first of all, engine has applied the filter condition where count of people greater than 100. So it has filtered from this all the records where it is greater than 100, right? And as a result, this one and this one was rejected. Now on the remaining records, the filtered out records, engine has applied the row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it? So that's why window functions are always applied after filtering the data. Same question I have posted on my LinkedIn page as well. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now then I have to find the difference between this, right? That's what I have done here, day minus row number. I have to find the difference. Now to keep this simple, I don't want to complicate it by involving all the logic in the same query, and never do this in your project as well. Many developers, they try to implement all the logic in the same query. Never do that. Because down the line, if you have to do some modifications, suppose there is some enhancement in this, okay, your client told you to do some changes, then it will become very difficult to do the changes. And if everything is separated, segregated, then you can do it easily. You have date visited, you have count of people, you have day column, you have RN, then I will do day minus RN. I will give this as an alias diff from CT1. Now see, we have derived this. So far, just I have extracted the day part, I have derived the row number, and I have found the difference, right? Now, this difference says that this is this is consecutive, and this is consecutive. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
can you think what logic we should implement after this? Can you think? Almost 50% I have cracked the question.
Group by on difference and where count of difference is greater than 1.
Perfect. Perfect. Very good, Vinay. So now after this, I will tell to the SQL engine that SQL, I need only those records where this difference, if I will do group by difference, what is the task of group by?
Create a bucket.
Create unique buckets, right? So it will create unique buckets, one bucket for one for two, one for three. Do you need this three as well?
No,
No,
sir.
you don't
No.
need this because this is only one record, right? So we need this one and two. Why you need one and two to display? Because it has more than one record. So if I'm asking the count of a star for one, it will be two. Count of a star for this two will be three. And count of a star for this three will be one, right? So let me show you that. So I will keep this as well in separate CT. Now here I will write that I want only those difference from CT2 group by difference having count of a star greater than one. So this will give me only those difference which has count of a star greater than one, and the answer is one and two. So it means we need only those records where the difference is one or two, right? Got it? Is that clear why I have given this condition here?
Yes.
Very big response. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, further, I will keep this in another city. Although if I want, I can solve within this city. And that's what the two solutions which I have shared in the group. In the one solution, I have segregated this in a separate city and then I'm calling it further. But you can do in the same city as well. Okay. So now this I will keep in separate city. Now I will tell to the SQL engine that I need those records from the CT2 where difference in the difference which is coming from this query CT3. So I need those select difference from CT3. Okay, now let me run this. Now check, is this the expected output? Right? Now here, if you don't want day, you don't want RN, if you don't want diff, then here in the star, you just write ID, date visited, and count of people. You will get this record. This is not what. Hope this is clear, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can
Any
you
question?
just one main question? Can you explain that logic? Why have we used RN and then extracted day, and like what is the main logic behind this query?
Main logic is I was thinking that, okay, I have to check here that whether this is consecutive or not, right? Then this is consecutive or not. That was the main catch in this question. Count of people greater than 100 is not a big deal, right? This is simple only. If you will analyze this question, the main catch was the interviewer is trying to check that, okay, whether the candidate can compare these two records or not, right? And then these two records or not, or this all records or not. That was the main catch in this question. So what
Right.
I thought that, okay, they're asking me to check this consecutive days. So first of all, I extracted the days from this, right? And that's what I have done here. I extracted the day part from this date visited. This is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I have derived row number. Why I have derived row number? Because the special thing about row number is it is always incremented by one only. Agree?
Agree.
Right? Now, when you will tell that two numbers or three numbers or four numbers are consecutive, when they are getting incremented by one, then we can tell that yes, it is consecutive. That is the definition of consecutive, no? Right?
Right.
Here you can tell that this is consecutive. Why? Because here each and every value are getting incremented by one. But here I have to find in this column that which one is consecutive, right?
Right.
So I thought that this RN as a benchmark for me, because I know that this is getting incremented by one. Then I thought that, okay, if this difference day minus Rn, okay, this difference day minus Rn, if this difference is constant, it means this day is also getting incremented by 1. Why? Because we know that it is getting incremented by 1. So you see here in this difference, if you'll see here, till here this difference is constant. Why? Why this is constant? Because we know that the row number is always getting incremented by 1. This difference is constant. It means it is damn sure that this is also getting incremented by 1. Then only this difference is constant. Is that clear?
Yes.
Are you sure,
Yes.
Akash?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, why here this difference has changed? Why? Because this has been incremented by 1 only, row number. This difference has changed here. It proves that this has not been incremented by 1.
Correct.
And yes, it has been incremented by 2, right? This is pure mathematics here, right? Okay.
Right.
Similarly, from this, if you see here, this difference is constant. It means from this 3, it is incremented by 1. So it means it is also incremented by 1 only. So it means wherever this day will be incremented by 1 only, this difference will be constant. That is the main logic behind this.
Got it.
Clear? Any other question, anyone?
And what if the here the dates are like 2, 3, 5, 7 March, right? What if the dates are 14, 15, 16 March?
Even then it will work.
Even
Even then it will work. I will extract 14, 15 from here, and then the sequence Rn will increase. And again, the difference constant will be there. If you want, you can insert few records for the date visited. Okay, you keep it 14, 15 or 18, 19, something randomly, and then it will generate the row numbers after that. Okay, again, the same logic, the difference will be constant if it is consecutive. Okay.
Got it.
And apart from that, one very important concept which we have learned today is the window functions are executed after applying the filter. That's a very important concept. Okay. So thank you guys. Thanks for attending. Okay. And if I find any such question in the group, that's why I always recommend that if you have any question, please post in the group. If I found that useful, we can discuss. So thanks for attending. I will upload this on YouTube. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.